I'm Sandi Toksvig and welcome to What the Dickens, a cultural panel show that takes great names like Puccini, Dante, Caravaggio, Fellini and asks, were they the finest back four AC Milan ever had? Our two captains are comedian and author of 2 books, Chris Addison, and comedian and reader of 3 books, possibly even 4, Sue Perkins. Sue's guest is a comedian and actor whose latest tour was entitled Because I Forgot to Get a Pension. At venues, you can also buy her Can You Lend Me a Tenner Till Friday DVD and her Oh Sod It, the Red Bills Just Arrived for the Gas t-shirt. It's Jenny Eclair. Chris's guest is a comedian who often draws on herself during her act, a practice she began at school and which resulted in her getting a B when she handed herself in at the end of her art A-level. It's Josie Long. Right, the first round is 3 steps to heaven. Our teams are shown 3 images in turn, each offering a clue to a famous film, book, play or musical. 3 points are awarded should they guess the answer from the fiendishly difficult first image, reducing to just 1 for the absurdly easy third picture. So Chris and Josie are going to get us underway. Here is your first picture clue. What do you make of this collection of trousers?
It's mainly jeans. They're all segregated. Is it Cry the Beloved Country?
I see where you're going with this.
Grasping it.
What, you say the chinos are kept separate from the denim?
There's a token black pair there, look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at the second picture.
It's Gordon Ramsay.
It is Britain's favourite foul-mouthed chef. Can you name any of the Gordon Ramsay programmes? I'm really trying to help you here.
OK, yeah, Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares.
The F word.
Neighbours, that was Ramsay Street. Is it Neighbours?
No, it's not Neighbours. Let's have a quick look at the last picture. Wow, I've never seen men dressed like that receiving a suppository before. That's... shall we have a look at all the different pictures together?
What's that? That's a musical, isn't it?
Jets.
And A West Side Story.
It's West Side Story! Absolutely right. Well, let's go through. Chino is the name of one of the sharks, whilst 2 of the jets are called Diesel and Pepe, which are both brands of jeans. The musical is set in the Hell's Kitchen area of New York, which is the title of one of Gordon Ramsay's few television shows, and the final clue was a picture of the New York Jets, the Jets in New York, and of course that did help Josie there, so we get 1 point to Chris.
Well done. Okay, let's get 3 then.
Does anybody know what the original title of West Side Story was?
East Side Story.
It was called East Side Story. Well, West Side Story is all about the conflict between 2 LA gangs, the Sharks and the Jets. Tony, the hero of the story, gets in a fight and stabs one of the sharks. A tragic mistake, as of course when you're fighting a shark, you should punch it on the nose. So, Sue and Jenny, here we go. Over to you and your first clue. Sandi and Cher grinning their way here towards acrimony and alimony.
Is it H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, where you can turn back time, but only from the neck up?
Let's have a look at the second clue. Well, the second clue is, in fact, obviously the same photo. Interestingly, the first photo and the second photo are identical. We're looking for a film. As a Scandinavian, I find his death a little curious because he skied into a tree. I've been skiing all my life, and you ski around them. I don't think it's... here's the third photo.
Oh, you're messing with my head again!
What's happened is the same thing has happened over and over again.
Groundhog Day.
It's Groundhog Day.
It needs to spell that.
Why Groundhog Day and Sandi and Cher? Does anybody know that?
It's that... I Got You, Babe is the song that's playing every single morning when he wakes up as the clock turns over to 6.
Absolutely. It's the comedy film starring Bill Murray as a misanthropic weatherman condemned to live the same day over and over until he becomes a better person. And it is, of course, the sound of Sandi and Cher's I've Got You, Babe on his radio alarm that awakens Murray's character at the start of his oft-repeated day. Well, he should count himself lucky it wasn't You're Beautiful by James Blunt. So you get 1 point. Well done.
Thank you, my love.
Oh, what film, though? Yeah. I love that film.
You like that film?
I love that film.
Anybody know another name for a groundhog?
I don't know what it is.
It's a woodchuck.
Of course it is.
A woodchuck. What's that?
How
much wood would a woodchuck chuck?
Well, we all went to drama school, didn't we?
No.
How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
No.
As much good wood as a woodchuck could chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Oh, the National Theatre calls.
And they're saying, don't bother.
The plot of Groundhog Day was based on Nietzsche's theory of eternal recurrence, in which he describes a purgatorial penitentiary within which man's each and every previous agony and ecstasy, and indeed all his interim experiences, shall be exactly detailed, replicated and recreated into all perpetuity, that he might re-examine and re-evaluate his own morality, and therefore the actions based upon the same. Well, they do say the best films can be summed up in one sentence. So, at the end of the first round, I can tell you that both teams have got 1 point. The second round is called Yes, and I'm Mickey Mouse. We introduce the teams to members of the public who share their names with famous characters from literature, film or song, and they must attempt to identify who they are by posing questions to which the answer can only be yes or no. And teams have just 90 seconds to cross-examine, after which they must guess the identity of the mystery guest. Chris and Josie, here is your fictional namesake. Hello there, Mr. Guest. Welcome. Have a seat.
Thank you.
Our guest here, I can tell you, shares his identity with a well-known character from a novel and a film. And for the audience only, here is who he is. Quite a difficult one, I think. Chris and Josie, your 90 seconds starts now.
Are you from a contemporary novel?
Yes.
Are you a goodie?
No.
OK.
Are you from this country?
No.
Are you a man or a lady?
It's a yes or no thing.
Oh, are you a man?
He wasn't pausing because he didn't know. It was because you asked it in
Sorry,
the wrong
you're right.
country.
Are you American?
Yes.
Very
It's
good.
American buddy.
American buddy.
OK. Are you the bloke out of American Psycho?
Yes.
Oh, my God! Say his name! Say his name!
Jason Bateman! No, Bateman. Patrick Bateman.
Patrick Bateman. Absolutely right. Well done.
That was good. How did you do it?
This gentleman does indeed share his name with chilling killer Patrick Bateman from Bret Easton Ellis's novel American Psycho. So 2 points to Chris and Josie. What do they call you? Patrick or Pat? What do they call you?
Pat.
Pat. You don't look scary at all, Pat, are you?
I'm not, no.
What do you do for
You're
a
about to say, are you a serial killer?
Yeah, weren't you? What do you do for a living?
I'm a computer programmer.
Oh,
That's how they all start.
Day.
Have you ever used power tools for any other purpose?
well, thank you very much, Patrick Bateman. Lovely. Thanks a lot. Patrick Bateman is responsible for a number of cold-blooded acts that show he is totally cut off from any kind of human feeling. He stabs a tramp repeatedly, he beheads a prostitute, and he expresses admiration for the music of Phil Collins.
It's one of my favourite books.
She's a wrong un.
What's that say about me?
I don't know, but we haven't got time for therapy. 2 points there. Well done. Terrific. Sue and Jenny, a bit of a change this week. We've 2 fictional namesakes for you. Let's meet them. Have a seat. Now, our 2 guests here share their names with characters from one famous novel. And for the audience only, here's who they are. Oh, there's a little frisson, I think, yes. Oh, yes. Sue and Jenny, your 90 seconds begins now.
Is it a children's book?
Yes.
Yes.
OK. Is it a contemporary children's book?
No.
Was it published in the 20th century?
No.
19th? Yes. Is it an English book?
Yes.
OK, it's an English book. It was
Is it set in a school?
No.
I think if I'm going to be strictly Scottish, if I'm going to just be really, it's Scottish, British.
Are you children in the book?
No.
Are you?
He's a child in the book. Are you a teacher?
Are you
in the
related?
No.
Are you related to each other in the book?
No.
You're not. So you're 2 completely different people, but in the same book.
book? Are you a bully?
No.
Are you a baddie?
Yes.
He's a baddie.
Okay, he's a baddie. You don't think he's a baddie. That's it. There's actual conflict going on between the 2 of you as to your individual roles. Neutral is broken up. And you are a goodie.
Yes.
And do you save the book? Do you win? Josie knows, and that's annoying me. That's annoying me. They know it. I now can't hold focus.
Are you in a school?
Are you pirates?
Yes.
You pirates?
Pirates? They're pirates.
No, pirates. What kind of pirate books? I'm limited on piratical fiction. Piratical Scottish fiction is my absolute weak spot. It's my Achilles heel.
As we all know, I went to drama.
You are Peter the Pan and the Hook and the captain. And there's a Long John Silver. And the other one.
Keep going.
There's a palace.
Keep
Long
going.
John Silver.
Long John.
And the boy. What is the book? What is the book? What is the...
Treasure Island!
Yes, the Treasure Island.
Clearly, they're not called Long John or Silver. But Josie.
The boy's name is Jim, but we can't think of the boy's surname.
Is that Jim?
Jim Hawker.
Jim Hawkins!
Jim John
Hawkins.
Silver.
Oh, yeah, bad luck.
Jim Hawkins is one.
John Silver.
No.
Is it Trelawney?
No.
Don't
Jim
start throwing
Hawkins
random Cornish names
and-
into this.
Ben Gunn.
Jim Hawkins and Ben Gunn.
Oh, my God.
I did get the book.
You did. I am going to give 1 point to Sue and Jenny for
spent.
getting the book, and I'm going to give 1 point to Chris and Josie for guessing correctly the names. Now, I don't even know which is which. Who are you, sir?
I'm Jim.
You're Jim Hawkins, and you, and the process of elimination, you're Long John Silver. Must be Ben Gunn.
I am indeed.
Ben, did you know Jim before you met on the show?
No.
You never met before? Do you,
No.
do you live anywhere near each other by any chance?
About 12 miles apart.
That's a big boat.
Now, I wonder which name is the one that causes more kind of eyebrows raised. Do people say to you?
Not many people recognise it
No.
now.
Well, if you're me, I wouldn't know. You'd have to go through a 90-second purgatorial question and answer before I worked out who you are.
What about you, Ben? Have you ever had any trouble from the name?
Not really, no. I get Ben Bang Bang more than anything.
Ben Bang Bang.
Who are you hanging round with?
Thank you very much, Jim Hawkins and Ben Gunn.
If this show goes ahead, get someone in that's read a thing or done a thing or seen something. Will you? Just an absolute embarrassment.
But you're here to add sex appeal, Sue. I don't think you realised. I didn't say it was working. I just said why you were here. Treasure Island is an island in the middle of nowhere where large fortunes are hidden away and never seen again. No, wait a minute, that's Iceland, isn't it? So at the end of that round, I can tell you that Sue and Jenny have got 2 points, but Chris and Josie are stonking lead here with 4.
Yes.
Before we pop off to shiver some timbers, here's a question for you at home. What connects Robert Louis Stevenson with Sir Walter Scott, Robert Burns and the Falkirk Wheel? See you after the break. Welcome back to What the Dickens, where before the break I asked you what connects Robert Louis Stevenson, Sir Walter Scott, Robert Burns and the Falkirk Wheel.
Is the answer, if you have any information, please contact West Lothian Police?
They've all appeared somewhere graphically.
Is it on the back of a Scottish pound note?
Actually, that is
Scottish
as
currency.
close as we're going to get to the answer. The answer is that they have all appeared on Scottish banknotes. The Falkirk Wheel is, of course, the world's only rotating boat lift, although since this amazing feat of engineering features on the Scottish £50 note, its appearance has still to be verified. Our next round is Love It or Loathe It, in which our guests choose a subject or genre from the arts that either delights them or repulses them. They must claim that they both love it and loathe it in turn. The opposing team must then decide which of the opposite opinions expressed represents the truth. So, Josie, you're going to be up first. What is your chosen work that you need to both love and loathe?
It's Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut.
OK, and are you going to start by loving or loathing Slaughterhouse-Five?
I'm going to start by loathing it.
Go ahead.
Right. Slaughterhouse-Five is about Kurt Vonnegut's time in Dresden during the Second World War when it was carpet-bombed, completely flattened, and everyone died. And Kurt Vonnegut's style is so silly and so droll that I think in this particular book it backfires spectacularly. This book I find too black and at the same time too frivolous, and for that reason I find it unbearable as the Pussycat Dolls and the film Moulin Rouge.
Oh, that's harsh. That is harsh.
The only film I've ever had to walk out of.
Me too.
And I was watching a video. It was really bad.
Well, any questions there, Sue? Seems quite adamant.
How many times have you read it?
I have read it twice.
OK.
Gave it a second try.
I now need you to love Slaughterhouse-Five.
Okay. What I like about this is how well it takes on a very difficult subject matter and it uses humour and it's very bleak, but it doesn't collapse under the pressure of that. It's a very ambitious novel and I think it achieves that What I like about Kurt Vonnegut is he mixes science fiction with serious, sad things from his own life and from other people's lives. And in doing that, he re-examines human beings and he almost teaches you to live better. I like that about him very much.
OK. Well, see, now, anything else you'd like to...
No, I think we're sus.
We've
Yeah?
sussed
You're
her.
sussed
Look
her.
at the little face.
OK.
About?
I mean, my feeling is because stylistically he's quite he's the same always. You either love him or you don't. People don't have people don't go. Kurt Vonnegut's all right. You love or you hate the Kurt Vonnegut.
OK, what are we going for?
I love Kurt Vonnegut and I love Salthouse Five.
Josie, can you reveal to us the truth?
Yeah, I can do that.
Show us whether you love it or loathe it. She does love it! Two of Kurt Vonnegut's great passions were time travel and socialism. And if you're a fan of socialism, time travel's about the only way you can get to see it. OK, this is Jenny's second glorious appearance on What the Dickens, this series. So we're going to give Sue the opportunity to love or loathe something. Sue, what have you gone for?
The classic Wuthering Heights.
OK, and are you going to love or loathe it to begin with?
I'm going to loathe it to begin
You're
with.
going to loathe it.
It is a book that's hailed as a romantic classic, and everyone harps on about it because it's so gritty and so real and so northern. We're presented with this gruff anti-hero Heathcliff, who essentially is some sort of Moorish slash sort of gypsy, sort of Jeff Boycott, who sort of turns up going, oh, love, I love a bit of you, but you're getting on my nerves, and I've got a massive chip on my shoulder, and you're all very rich and clever and posh, and I don't want to work. Oh, I'm going to have to beat you up now. Slap, 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 slap. What do you mean you've gone off with that guy with the neckerchief? The narrative is split. It's schismatic. It's 1 minute you're with Nellie Dee and the other you're with Lockwood. When you go back and you read it, there is nothing there. There's nothing at the heart of that book other than flim flam. And to be honest, I'd rather see the Cliff Richard musical, which was Kathy dies on a rock to a mid-80s up-tempo Eurobeat. It was worth seeing. I was forced to read it during O-level, and that may have sort of slightly skewed my judgment, but I think it's a terribly overrated...
Pretty vehement there. Let's flip the coin now, and you need to tell me that you love Wuthering Heights.
I love Wuthering Heights because it sits alone in a romantic canon that is otherwise saccharine and pointless. And it cuts across that notion that a woman is this silent, sort of placid, boring type that's to be picked up and tossed around by a sort of aristocrat in breeches. The central characters are believable. They have real passion. The anti-hero is a man who you'd want to be with. And to be honest, I think everyone should read it as part of their O-level syllabus again and again and again.
OK, any questions?
How do you feel about Bronte biscuits?
Oh, I love them.
OK.
Which way are we heading? Loving or loathing?
I think she probably does loathe it.
I think she probably does loathe it.
You're going for loathing?
Yeah, because it sounded like she'd memorised what she loved, and it sounded like you spoke from a furious heart.
OK, so they have decided that you do loathe it. Tell us the truth, Miss Perkins.
Well, I absolutely love Wuthering Heights. It's the most extraordinary book ever. It's brilliant.
It's brilliant, yes.
It's fantastic.
It's amazing. It's like an 8-year-old boy writing a romantic novel going, I'll smash them together, I'll forget them, I'll smash them together, forget them. It's brilliant.
The most famous scene in Wuthering Heights features Heathcliff and Catherine shouting for each other on the desolate Yorkshire moors. Well, very hard to get a mobile signal up there. So I can tell you, rather exciting at the end of that round. Chris and Josie have got 4 points, but Jenny and Sue have leapt into the lead with 6.
No, I think we go first.
So, with Chris and Josie having it all to do, we finish with losing the plot. Now, in this quick-fire round, our captains communicate the plots of works of literature, film or song to their teammates without mentioning names or places and without alluding to the title in any way. Jenny and Sue are in the lead, and so they get to start. Sue, here is your envelope.
Good luck, Sue.
90 seconds starting from now.
A film about a guy who wakes up and realises he's in a television show.
Oh, not Groundhog Day. That's the one with Jim Thingy.
Yes.
And it's got the lights up there.
He was a president.
What was he called?
He was a president in a big country. In a big
Truman Show.
Yes,
Truman Show.
yes. This is a song. It's sung at a time of festivity and nativity, and it's about...
Away in the manger.
No, it's a fluffy thing. It's not a pig. It's a fluffy thing. It goes bah, bah.
Mary had a little lamb.
If little lambs know. So he is a talk show host. He is singing. Suddenly, he's changed genre. We're seeing him.
Jerry Springer of the Opera.
Yes. This is about a couple of con men who go to a low country. It's a recently released film.
In Bruges.
Yes, in
Marvellous
Bruges.
film. Have you seen it?
A pound of flesh. A pound of flesh. I want to take a pound of flesh. It's an old
Merchant
play.
of Venice?
Yes, it is. I've got a massive nose, and
Are you Jared Depardieu?
yes, but it's
Has
a
he
film.
come back and he's
It's a
come back and he's not the
film.
same fellow?
Yes.
No.
It's in Jersey. It's cancelled, but what is in Jersey? It's a cop show in Jersey.
Bergerac.
Yes, with a big nose in France, Jenny.
What's it called? The Bergerac.
What's it called?
Nose.
Bergerac.
Bergerac.
Don't look at the answers, love. So,
I didn't do French.
Surprisingly good. Beautiful. Take it back.
Oh no! Oh no!
I loved the doubt in the audience's mind that every time you got anything remotely right, they went, ooh. I'm going to give you 5 there, so you have at the moment got 11 points.
thank you.
They've got 11 points, and you currently have got 4.
So we need 8.
You need 8 to
Come
win.
on, Chris.
Here
I really
is your...
want you to win this one.
Don't psych me out, Perks.
Okay. Your 90 seconds starts now.
Okay. Oh, he's seen some little people. Oh, he's seen some big people.
Gulliver's
Oh,
Travels.
yeah. Dreadful book. Everybody bought it 2
Da
years
Vinci
ago.
Code.
That's it. Dreadful book turned into a dreadful film about a man who paints. Didn't paint very much. Little paintings.
Go with the Pearl Earring.
That's the one. This is about something that you use at night time when you're at your ablutions.
Toothbrush.
That's right. But one of one colour and one
Pink
of a different.
toothbrush. I'm a pink toothbrush. You're a blue toothbrush.
That's right. This one is about a bunch of divers who are on a crazy trip on a big old rickety ship. There's
Jaws?
No, it's much more recent than that, but it is a film. It's about the whole. It's about
Titanic.
It's The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou.
Oh.
It's an animated film from the 60s, The Fab Four. It's about
Yellow Submarine.
Yes. Oh dear, I've lost my tiny clownfish son. I must go and
Finding
search for
Nemo.
him. That's right. This is about having your entire memory deleted because you asked to.
Eternal Sunshine of the
Yep,
Spotless
that's right.
Mind.
This is
You
about
need
enormous.
one more.
This is about. Don't interrupt. This is about enormous person
I'm a
eating
shark.
plants.
I'm a jet.
In a post-apocalyptic.
Little Shop of Horrors.
No, post-apocalyptic.
Dave the
Britain.
Triffids.
That's the one. I think. Okay. Everything else is a bonus. All right. This is all about. This is about. Don't look. This is about zombies. It stars.
You're fine, you're fine. Well done, you did it, Chris and Josie. Well, after all that, it was so close. Sue and Jenny are our moribund losers, which means our exultant winners by just 1 point are Chris and Josie. This has been What the Dickens. I've been Sandi Toksvig, and I'm off to the Tate to complain about the bacon exhibition. Well, £4.50 a roll. Completely off. I'll see you there. Good night.
We take a trip into the creative and chaotic world of Andy Warhol and the Silver Factory. The UK premiere of Andy Warhol's Factory People begins in just a moment here on Sky Arts 1 and Sky Arts HD.